Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 7 in the 2020 NOFSRL Haas IndyCar Series. We are here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin at Chevy Indy Wisconsin. 11 laps of action around this 4.048 mile road course. And it will be an interesting one here today because it's the longest road course of the season. Guys, they are going to put on a good show around this very fast-paced and long-winding road course. Sort of alongside Cameron McGraw, for the call of this one, the 2016 Haas IndyCar Series champion. And Cameron, it's been a very interesting season. The oval races have come down the fuel mileage. The road course races have come down the track position. But one guy who has come down to pretty much every race is Chase Harrison, the 79, starting on the outside pole, starting in second here at Road America. Do you think he's going to have a shot at his 4th win of the season here today at the Chevy Indy Wisconsin?
Oh, definitely. It's always, especially up front at a road course, probably your best chance you're going to get. However, with how many people and how easy it is to drive off of this track, it's a toss-up. But if he can keep his car under control, definitely has a chance.
We're just going to have to see what Chase Harris can do there, starting to the inside or to the outside of Noah Clifton, however you want to point it out, because the way the starting lineup goes here is the guys who's technically starting on the inside start on the outside heading in the turn number 1 here at Road America, so a little bit different. The outside is the preferred line entering turn 1, but either way, if you saw qualifying yesterday, you saw that Noah Clifton won the pole position. He won here in 2016, one of the 2 races we had here at Road America back then. Not up there in the points, though. The guy alongside him is Chase Harris, the points leader. 185 points towards the championship, but he only has a 37-point lead ahead of Peyton Hamilton. Hamilton, who almost won at Richmond, lost it to, guess who? Chase Harris has had a very strong rookie season as well. Both Harris and Hamilton, both rookies here in the Haas IndyCar Series, and the Napa Fan as well, and they both put on a great show so far. Tristan Allen, Riverside winner, 49 points behind. John Andrews, winner here in 2018, 50 points behind. And Indy 250 champion Nicholas Samedeo, 52 points behind coming into this one. Only 6 races in. Not even halfway through the season yet here in the Haas IndyCar Series. Only race number 7 here today at Road America. But on the pole, number 63 of Noah Clifton to the inside of Chase Harris. We got Francois Chastain starting alongside Davey Johnson in row number 2. Of course, Davey Johnson's had a dismal season as the most experienced driver in the field, but he's looking to get his next race victory here in the Haas IndyCar Series. He's won 3 times before. Last time he won was at the Daytona Road Course at the opener last year. Cole Speed, Nathan Stapleton, of course, Taylor would love some redemption from Lime Rock earlier this year. Dale Lightning, Max Anderson, Garrett Sonora there, starting alongside the number 27 of Audra Baranowskis. That's row number 5. Take a look through the field, make sure everybody's rolling off. John Andrews, like we mentioned, the 2018 winner here, starts deep in the field. And the 2017 Haas IndyCar Series champion, Luke Rainey. It's been a tough season to start off for Rainey so far. He's starting at the back of the field as well. But either way, we know that Chase Harris is starting up front for this race. But who do you think is going to go to victory lane here today at Road America? Do you think it's going to be Noah Clifton who's won here before, or somebody else in the field?
You know, I want to give it to the guy that's starting on the pole. I want to give it to Chase Harris. Make him, root for him to win 4 in a row. But, I just have a feeling, that it might be, Francois Chastain. Just something about that car starting where it is, I just have a strong feeling.
We're going to have to see if Chastain can get his first career Napa Fan win. Of course, it won't be 4 in a row for Chase Harris, but it would be 4 in 7 races if you can get it done here today. And that's really ticking off Matt Tuck. He's not liking that a lot. And speaking of Matt Tuck, midway through the field in the 28 there, and I mentioned this in qualifying, if things get crazy enough in this race, we could possibly see a guy starting mid-pack possibly go to victory lane here. Not a very common thing at a road course, but, in testing and all that, we could see ourselves a bit of a wild race here. Only 11 laps. Be a pit stop out midway through. Should be a one-stop race for these guys. It's going to be interesting. And one more lap than it has been in years past. 11 laps instead of 10. So that's also going to add on to the excitement here at Road America. A little bit more racing Should be interesting to see how it all goes down. They're going to go through Canada corner right there. Of course, Chase Harris has the inside, but Noah Clifton is the pole sitter. Gets a bonus point towards the championship for winning the pole yesterday here at Road America. We're going to have to see what they can do. Of course, a past Road America winner and a 3-time winner this season. A couple strong guys that are starting on the front row. It's going to be interesting to see who gets it done here in Chevy Indy Wisconsin. The Chevy pace car is going to pull down the pit lane. They're going to climb up the hill. And we're going to take the green flag in our 7th race of the season. Only our 3rd road course, but one of the best road courses in America. It's Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Noah Clifton, Chase Harris on the front row. Up the hill they go. We're green flag racing here in Chevy Indy Wisconsin in the Haas IndyCar Series. And they're going to be side by side. Off of turn number 1, Chase Harris has the inside through turn 2. Clifton's going to try to work the outside. But there goes Chase Harris to the lead here at Road America on lap 1 of 11. But everybody bunched right up here. Davey Johnson, huge run in the number 20. Will he clear Clifton for second? Looks like he will. Will Johnson try to peek to the inside of Chase Harris? Yes, he will, to the inside. Davey Johnson, the veteran, putting it on the rookie. Here comes Clifton in the 23, but Davey Johnson from the 4th starting position to the point here at Road America.
What a move by Johnson again. That experience coming out, knowing when to move, when to make a move. Just an amazing job there by that team, that driver.
And that is what these competitors wanted to see. These competitors, they're getting kind of tired of Chase Harris running so well. Of course, he's still second. But how about the most experienced guy in the field putting it to the hotshot rookie, Davey Johnson, to the race lead here at Chevy Indy Wisconsin. Almost 3 wide there off the corner there with Garrett Zenor, Audrey Baranowskis, and Max Anderson. A wild start to this one. Only the first lap of action. A huge passing opportunity entering Canada corner here down this long straightaway. At the see if Francois Chastain possibly gets a run on our pole sitter Noah Clifton. He might try to get nose to the inside of the 23, but it looks like they're going to stay single file for now. Lap number 1 and a bonus point towards the championship, given that he gets through turn 14 all right. We've got a Davey Johnson in the number 20 for Ed Carpenter Racing.
Just a great job at the moment. Looks like he's kind of pulling away. Not sure if Chase Harris is going to be able to make up any ground, with at least at the moment. Don't count anyone out yet, though. Still a very, very treacherous track. You never know what could happen.
Everybody's still on the racetrack. All 30 drivers able to complete lap number 1 without any incident. Great to see that out of these guys. Noah Clifton's going to try to make a move for second on Chase Harris in turn 2 right here. Is a great place to make that move. And Chase Harris going to get second in the outside lane. Noah Clifton has a run. Here comes Nathan Stapleton, a run on Francois Chastain. That is for the 4th position. Great run for the American Autosport driver. How about Cole Speed giving Stapleton a bit of a boost right there? Harris trying to hold on to the inside, though, as they enter turn number 4. And the 79 is going to hold on to the inside lane for now. This battle for second is going to allow Davey Johnson to just pull away for this race lead. Clifton is not going to give it up easily, and I think he's going to work the outside and take it away. Now Stapleton's going to look on Chase Harris. You know, Chase Harris is finally starting to show his inexperience here. This is a tough road course, a high-speed road course, and while he got that race victory at Lime Rock, he's starting to slip up a little bit from all these veterans. Noah Clifton and Nathan Stapleton now pressuring him there for 3rd.
He is. You know, still can't count him out, but yeah, no, definitely showing a little bit of that inexperience, as you say. You know, we'll just have to watch and see what he does throughout this one, but definitely can't count anyone out, really.
Davey Johnson, though, starting to really check out from the field. Of course, those guys battling for second allowed him to just pull right away from it. He's led pretty much the entire race so far. Not at the start, though. We got around to Clifton and Harrison. Clifton went off in Canada corner, and here comes the 79 back to the outside. But that's going to open the door for Stapleton. Harris trying to make that move on Clifton. And Clifton going a little wide there through the corner. Harris is going to try to get to the inside, up the hill. That outside lane gets a pretty good run there off of turn 14, and Clifton will remain the race leader. I think somebody went off. Matt Tuck, Jordan Lopez. Again, a heartbreaker for Lopez. One of those guys who was in contention to win the America 100 last weekend at Auto Club, and he's now torn up. And I thought I saw, might have been Audra Baranowskis go off, and somebody else coming down the pit lane. That is Buck Hover, our last winner here in the Haas IndyCar Series. And also Tristan Allen coming down the pit lane. Andrew Miller might be done as well. We might have had a pretty big accident in the back. You see Lopez and Matt Tuck there. Chase Harris has gotten around Noah Clifton. These guys are jamming it up for second. Clifton and Stablen, good friends there, battling for third. Francois Chastain battling with Cole Speed. Cole Speed to the outside of Clifton now. But Clifton will not be able to remain there in the fourth position. Cole Speed will take the fourth position away from the 23, or will Clifton try to hold on?
Yeah, pretty good little pack here that they've got. I'm honestly really surprised. I thought they would have spread out just a little bit more. It looks like they're kind of starting to, now that I've said something, but really good staying together with everyone, really.
Definitely an intense race all around, and given that I edit in Premiere, which I started paying for that for myself, so I probably will be using that for a lot more races, but we'll definitely show you that replay in the corner there. Not entirely sure how it all went down, but Zidell, Tristan Allen, Buck Hover, Max Anderson. I think Andrew Miller's out, and we got another battle here for second. How about Stapleton? You know, Davey Johnson's pulling away like crazy because of these guys battling for second. But Stablen might have the fastest race car on the racetrack. He's moved his way up through the field very nicely. Now looking to the inside of Chase Harris. See if he can power that inside lane and possibly have a run entering turn number 1 on lap 4. They're going to be side by side up the hill there, Stapleton and Chase Harris.
Yeah, good job by Stapleton trying to make a move, maybe make, that rookie make a mistake. Harris gonna, he's doing not a bad job holding off on that outside, but, just trying to work at it and, keep, putting pressure on Stapleton to maybe make a mistake himself.
Oh boy, you got Cole Speed in the middle of all this as well, but he overshot turn 2, and here comes Noah Clifton now in the number 23, who fell back a little bit there. How about Garrett Sonor? Haven't really mentioned him yet in this race, up to the 6th position. Of course, Sonor won a Turkey Hill Series here back in the day. Francois Chastain fell back quite a bit there in the 62 machine with Dale Lenny now in a battle for the 8th position, and Audra Baranowskis in 9th, and the 37 of Mason Brown rounds out the top 10. And our race leader, Davey Johnson, off the racetrack. Number 20 with an issue, Nathan Stapleton will inherit the race lead. Unbelievable.
Wow.
That has gotta hurt for Davey Johnson. We'll see where he comes back onto the racetrack, if he does come back onto the racetrack. He's still stuck in the sand trap. I'm not sure where that is. But Davey Johnson, who was the race leader, going off the race course, and of course you're seeing all the replays there in the corner. I'll definitely edit this in Premiere for you guys because so much going on all over the place here at Road America.
That's one of the things that we were talking about. You could be leading this lap or the race and just make one mistake, and there you go. You're off the track into the tires.
And speaking of mistakes, Nathan Stapleton went off in Canada corner. Harris, he did this while he had a run on Davey Johnson a couple laps ago. That might actually allow Cole Speed to take second. But Harris will hold on to that inside lane, and now the lead battle is really bunched up. After Davey Johnson went off the racetrack, all these guys for the race lead right on each other. Nathan Stapleton, and it's kind of like the opposite thing for Stapleton because he did the same thing at Lime Rock, and he lost the race because of it, but now he's benefiting from it here. Then again, the race is far from over. We're only on lap 5 of 11 right here. Stapleton with a bonus point towards the championship for leading lap right there. Now Cole Speed up to the 2nd position. Chase Harris, Noah Clifton, Francois Chastain, Garrett Sonor here in the number 19. Trying to get around this 62 machine. He might have a run on the rookie driver. Out of the race so far include Andrew Miller, Mitchell Collins, Jordan Lopez, and Matt Tuck. We saw Davey Johnson go off the course. However, for the 93 of Buck Hover and the 3 of Max Anderson, they had already come down the pit lane. However, they are considerably behind the pack here at Road America. Nathan Stapleton trying to hold on, but this lead battle is really intense as Cole Speed looks to hunt down the veteran driver.
Oh, Stapleton quite a bit off the track there. Ooh. Steve, looks like he was able to recover fairly well, actually.
Oh, Cole Speed in the grass just a little bit there. Had to check up through the carousel. It's a really tough corner. That's probably the toughest corner on the racetrack here at Road America. And Chase Harris looking to get an advantage there on Cold Speed. Our pole sitter, Noah Clifton, is yet to lead a lap in this race. We'll have to see if he can find his way to the race lead, but this is going to be an intense race for the win because all these guys are right on each other, not falling off. Cold Speed might get a run right here on Stapleton to the outside. And that might open the door for Chase Harris once again there for second. Cold Speed trying to do all he can on Stapleton. Now Clifton with a run to the inside of Chase Harris. They got to be careful as the pit cycle is going to begin right here. Lap 5 of 11, so the first cycle is 5 laps, second cycle about 6 laps for these guys. So we're going to have to see how these pit stops shake up the field. Nathan Stapleton, with 6 laps to go, comes down the pit lane as the race leader, ahead of Cole Speed and Chase Harris, and it is pandemonium down the pit lane here at Road America.
Yeah,
everybody coming down, except for Thomas Lipscomb in number 7. He's going to try to stay out, pull a little strategy here. There's Stapleton. I think it might have been a 2-tire stop for the number 34. There's Chase Harris. But how about Garrett Zenor? Great jump off the pit lane for the number 19. And a great jump for Nathan Stapleton. He's going to pull away from these guys here for the race lead at Road America.
Yeah, great strategy. Definitely, you know, when pit stops come into play at road courses, the best strategy is going to get you out front, get you most likely the win.
Cole Speed lost a little bit of ground right there in the number 4 machine. He's now behind Francois Chastain. Chase Harris will remain in third. Of course, Lipscomb in the number 7 still has to make his stop. So I don't think he's going to benefit too much from this strategy. As you take a look at the guys who are out of the race, Davey Johnson, who had taken the race lead, had his issue, is a lap down. Number 48 there of Andrew Miller. 8 of Mitchell Collins. 14 of Jordan Lopez. And the 28 of Matt Tuck. All with issues here today at Road America. We were saying this was going to be a race of attrition, and so far it has been. Noah Clifton really lost some time there in the number 23 machine. Did not have a good pit stop at all. Lost positions to Mason Brown and Dale Lightning and Cole Speed. Of course, I think he was behind Cole Speed when that occurred, but Francois Chastain as well. But now, I think you might want to watch out for Garrett Zenor. I think he had the best cycle there on that pit stop, and he is now in the second, or currently in the third position technically, but Lipscomb will be coming down. We'll have to see if Lipscomb pressures Stapleton enough to slow him down. That could bring Zenor right into this lead battle with Nathan Stapleton, and that might very well happen. Lipscomb looking to the inside here. It's really tough to make a pass off of Canada corner, but it's really easy to make a pass in Canada corner. We'll have to see if that slows down Stapleton at all. Lipscomb will be coming down for his... Sorry, he won't be. Oh, you know what? Lipscomb might have been one of those guys who had already made a stop. He actually is still going to have to make another stop in this race, but now he's battling for the race lead with Nathan Stapleton. But Lipscomb may have been one of those guys who had come down after we had that big wreck earlier. And that is music to Zenor's ears. Those guys going side by side. Stapleton does not want to be battling with Lipscomb because he doesn't need to battle with Lipscomb right now, but Lipscomb going to take the race lead away for now from Nathan Stapleton. But keep in mind, Lipscomb still has to make another stop in this race. They're still side by side for the lead. That's going to bring in Zenor and Harris here very soon.
Yeah, looks like Stapleton might be able to edge out Lipscomb here, and it looks like he will, but yeah, definitely losing a lot of time as he's going to end up in that gravel.
And here comes Zenor now, number 19, going for win number 20 of his career, and somebody off, Noah Clifton.
Oh, man.
It's been a bad day for Clifton. Started on the pole, didn't lead a lap, fell back. Lipscomb has finally surpassed Stapleton. Garrett Zenor trying to close in, a little wide there off the corner, and Chase Harris is still here in the 79. Watch out for our points leader regardless. If he gets a top 5 run here today, he's going to extend that points lead heading into Portland next weekend. And Portland, another very technical road course, probably the slowest road course we go to. That's going to be a very interesting race. We had the Chick-fil-A Cup Series there earlier on in the year. Wasn't the best races for those guys, but these high-speed, high-grip Indy cars, they're going to put on a show next week in the Pacific Northwest. Stapleton. He's going to try to make a pass on Lipscomb on the outside lane. That's going to slow him down, and Zenor went wide there. Here comes Chase Harris in the 79. I tell you, if of all people Chase Harris wins this race, that would be unbelievable. Lipscomb's still out there. I'm thinking he can run a few more laps, but he still has to make another stop in this race, only unless he had already made a stop the lap before. But even if that's the case, he's not going to have enough fuel in the tank to make it to the end on 7 laps. There's no way that's going to be able to happen. Garrett Senor, Chase Harris in a battle for second now. That's not what Senor wants. These guys are closer to the lead battle right now. Senor's going to hold the inside on the 79 for now and hang on to that second position, and they are still side by side. Stapleton and Lipscomb have been battling like crazy for this race lead the past couple of laps.
Yeah, and honestly, Chastain sitting in 5th. I know he's gained up some ground, may not be that close at the moment, but really, if these guys keep battling like they are, it could open the door for someone else outside the top 5.
And Stapleton and Lipscomb remain side by side of the corner. That's going to bring in Senor here. They are still side by side. Lipscomb is doing all he can to wear down that 34. He will finally clear him from the outside, but he won't be able to hold on to it as he overshot the corner. Stapleton, he's got to be careful through the carousel. Now you got Senor here in the 19 who's pushing on the inside.
Wow.
All 4 of these guys in a battle for the race lead. Senor's here. Chase Harris is here. I have a feeling this could result in a wreck, and it will. Lipscomb into Senor. Oh, and a hard wreck right there. Mason Brown right into him.
No.
Unbelievable. Garrett Senor with an opportunity at his 20th career Napa fan win. Through the kink, gets into it with Thomas Lipscomb, and he is going to be out of the race here at Road America. That helped out Stapleton, but now, right behind him, is Chase freaking Harris. Harris has avoided everything so far in this race here today, but he did lose a lot of ground to the 34 when that accident happened through the kink. Stapleton's just got to go on cruise control at this point to win this race here at Road America. What a heartbreak for Garrett Senor there in the number 19, even for Thomas Lipscomb as well. He did still have to make another pit stop, but Senor was going for it right there on the 34, but unbelievable action here at Road America. How about Francois Chastain now up to 3rd? He could find a way around Chase Harris and possibly close up to Stapleton in this one for his first career Napa fan win.
Definitely a good track to do it. Definitely not really not an easy track to do it at either, but no, definitely getting your first win, something to celebrate, and if you can pass Stapleton, who's quite a bit in front of you, definitely a reason to celebrate.
Chastain trying to roll on the gearbox of Chase Harris. Harris, I don't think he's had the best race car, but he's hung in there very well. Been a really smart driver in this race. And don't forget Cole Speed's right here as well in the 4th position. But like I said, Stapleton pretty much just has to go on cruise control at this point. And Harris off just a little bit right there through the corner. And might open the door for Chastain to possibly make a move on Harris for the 2nd position. I think Chastain has the faster race car. He might get the run right here to possibly make the move on Harris. And going through the kink again. This is where that accident occurred last time around, but they keep it together for now. Senor and Lipscomb will join Davey Johnson, Andrew Miller, Mitchell Collins, Jordan Lopez, and Matt Tuck as retirements here at Road America. Surprisingly, that's all that we've had in terms of retirements, and Chastain finally getting around Harris. Cole Speed might get a run at Chase Harris as well. But I will say, Chastain lost a lot of time there, Nathan Stapleton, for the race lead. That is not what the 62 wanted. 2 laps to go. Up the hill for Nathan Stapleton. Will he get the race victory? Will Francois Chastain close in these final 2 laps to get his first career Napa fan win? It's going to be an interesting one here at Road America, but it's nearly a 3-second lead there for the driver of the number 34.
That it is, and Stapleton, again, like you said, just keep it on cruise control. Try not to do too much. You've already got the lead. Don't want to make any mistakes to allow maybe Chastain to catch you and make a last-second pass for the win. And then when it comes to Harris, definitely proving his worth in the series. May have made a couple of mistakes, but honestly, his resilience, how smart he's been to stay out of that incident, really just showing how good of a driver he really is.
And he's going to go back to the inside of Chastain there. Now remember, earlier on in the race leader Davey Johnson had a huge lead, and he went off in one of the corners. Stapleton has to be careful not to let that happen to him again. That's why these guys are battling so hard for second. They know it is very likely that the race leader could have an issue in these final 1.5 laps. If they are in the second position when that occurs, if that occurs, of course, they're in the catbird seat to get the race victory. Chastain, Harris, and Cole Speed, all true rookies in Napa fan this season in the Haas IndyCar Series, all putting on excellent runs. Of course, Chase Harris, our points leader. I don't think it's going to be a win, but then again, you got to remember, all of his wins so far this season have come on last lap passes. So, you know, it could set up right to that if things get really wild in this final lap. Stabling will off there through Canada corner. They continue to battle intensely for second between Chastain and Harris. But next time by, it's the white flag. Max Anderson's down, but he was off on a different strategy compared to the rest of the field as he was involved in that big accident we had earlier on. White flag in the air for Nathan Stapleton. They're battling for second. Chase Harris with a run to the inside of Francois Chastain. They know that if something happens to Stapleton on this final lap, that's the position to win the race. They closed in a little bit there. They're side by side for second. They gotta be careful not to wreck each other out. Oh, boy! And Max Anderson was coming off the pit lane, and a wreck right there. Francois Chastain's around in the 62 off of turn 1. Now Cole Speed's gonna go to the second position. Oh, brother. Chastain's gotta be furious with Max Anderson now. Absolutely furious. Meanwhile, Stapleton continuing to pull away in the 34. Given that he does not go off in any of the corners, it's his race to lose. Harris is going to push Cole Speed off. Harris is doing everything he can to be in position to win this race if Stapleton makes a mistake.
Wow. I have no words right now. Nathan Stapleton can tell right now all he needs to do is make it to the end of this one, and oh wow, that's just unfortunate, really unlucky. I know I wouldn't be happy if that were to happen. Especially for a second place battle like that, man.
Francois Chastain was en route to his best career finish. He will actually still probably get his best career finishes. He's still in fourth, so he only lost a couple of positions. So thankfully it did not hurt him that much. Nathan Stapleton able to survive all the craziness of today. He pulled away from that second place battle there. And he can thank, Thomas Lipscomb, Garrett Orr getting to each other for being able to pull away with this one. Nathan Stapleton, sweet redemption in the Haas IndyCar Series. He lost Ryan Raleigh because he overshot a corner. He's going to win Road America because somebody else overshot a corner. Nathan Stapleton will win Chevy Indy Wisconsin here at Road America on the Haas IndyCar Series. Chase Harris second. Cole Speed finishing in the third position. Up the hill, Francois Chastain will finish fourth, and then side by side between Igor Barreto and Christian Master for the fifth position, or should I say sixth position. Noah Clifton rounds out the top 5 in the 23. Nicholas Samadio in the number 9. Oh, he fell back on that last lap. Gonna get a worse finish than initially thought. Number 21, Nathan Faden in 8th. Josh King in the number 18 finishing 9th, and then Marty Johnson rounding out the top 10. But Nathan Stapleton holds on at Road America in a wild, wild race all around. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and review a few of those accidents that occurred here at Road America. You guys already saw them there on the corner, but we're going to go more in depth on what happened here in the 7th race of the season in the Haas IndyCar Series. And we're going to replay this from the helicopter cam because the smoke is bad. This was the wreck on lap 3, the big wreck that took out a lot of guys, and you see Max Anderson going off there in the kink, and then Mitchell Collins, Justin Zaidel, Jordan Lopez, Andrew Miller, and Tristan Allen all getting caught up as Matt Tuck got spun off, came back up the racetrack. That really changed the complexion of the race in the back of the field, but what a tough break for those guys off the kink, and that was not the only wreck that happened in the kink here today at Road America. Davey Johnson, this was back on lap 4, entering turn number 4. Just lost it. Completely lost it off of the corner. We saw that happen to Noah Clifton later on in the race, but Clifton was able to rebound. Johnson could not get out of the sand trap, and he finished 2 laps down here today at Road America. And we saw this accident live. This was for second at the time, and Garrett Senor got into the rear of Thomas Lipscomb, and Mason Brown had nowhere to go in the 37. But Senor had a shot at winning this race, and he got right into the 7 to Thomas Lipscomb, ending his chances at race victory here at Road America. What a wild moment there for those guys. And this is what occurred here between Chastain, Harris, and then Max Anderson, who was coming off the pit lane. Anderson, they actually came up a little bit there, and Chastain had nowhere to go. He got spun off by Chase Harris. Harris still finished second. Chastain did manage to finish fourth, so thankfully for Chastain, he didn't lose a ton of ground, but it's a tough break there for the number 62 of Francois Chastain on the final lap of the race. But in the end, it was Nathan Stapleton who had pulled away from all of that. Of course, the accident between Lipscomb and Senor allowed him to pull away and steal this race victory. Cameron, my goodness, I think it's pretty safe to say that was the best Road America race the NOFSRL has ever seen.
Oh, easily, without a doubt.
I think that was some solid racing all around. You just didn't know what was going to happen. And don't let that near 5-second lead fool you from just how awesome this race was. Hands down, one of the best races of the season here in the Haas IndyCar Series. The road courses have definitely been better than the ovals so far this year, with the exception of the Indy 250. That was a great race, but wow. We had a really bad race at Auto Club last weekend. We made up for that here today at Road America. Final thoughts on this one here from this 4-mile road course in Wisconsin.
I loved it. Heartbreak, redemption. Just, honestly, you could write a story on it. Fantastic race.
And Nathan Stapleton, Indiana native. He's a native of the Midwest, getting it done here in Wisconsin. And that's a huge win there for Stapleton. Like I mentioned, overshot the corner at Lime Rock about a month ago, and he ended up winning today because Davey Johnson overshot the corner. He was the guy who was pretty much in the catbird seat to win after all that occurred. Had a great pit stop. Wow, just from top to bottom, this thing was excellent. And we hope that the real-life IndyCar races later today and tomorrow are just the same. I don't know if they can match this, though. We did pretty good right here. But either way, congratulations to Nathan Stapleton, your race winner here in the Haas IndyCar Series at Road America. Like I mentioned earlier on in the race, next weekend it's Portland, Pacific Northwest weekend next weekend on Napa Fan, as we have Armory Digital in the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And then, of course, Portland in the Haas IndyCar Series here from Portland. Well, of course, that's where we're going. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm still recovering from this one. My goodness, it took a lot out of me, but a lot of good came out of that race. And Nathan Stapleton, your race winner here at Run America. Here are the points for the Haas IndyCar Series after 7 races. And we will see you guys next week from Portland for the Aero Grand Prix of Oregon. Should be a good one there on that flat road course in Portland, Oregon for the 8th race of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. On behalf of Cameron Garlington, congratulations Nathan Stapleton once again. And I will see you guys later.